Hello everybody, I'm Jack and this is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me. You're either watching this at the tail end of the week, if you're watching it Sunday night, or the beginning of a new week on Monday. So I thought this would be a good subject to do for finishing a week, starting a new week. Although every day we start the rest of our life every day. Every day is a new beginning. You know, we wait for the Monday. We wait for the first of the month. We wait for the first of the year. There's always these events on a calendar that we mark, but every day we wake up is a new beginning, and we can completely, I don't care if it is a Wednesday in the middle of May, you can change your life in that one day. So anyhow, what's holding you back on your high carb vegan lifestyle, your health, your full expression of you? You know, it seems a lot of people out there are just holding back. They're reserving. They're keeping a little bit back. They're afraid to go all in, to use a poker term there. They don't quite want to push all their chips in. And I was trying to think of like reasons why do people not go all in, and a lot of times it's just little psychological things, like people are afraid of failure. It's almost like it's protecting yourself. If you don't try all that hard, or if you just don't declare, if you don't give it 100%, if you don't go in 100%, you kind of have something that you can use to tell yourself, like, well, I didn't give it the best effort, so I didn't succeed. Or some people are afraid of success. Now, I don't quite understand that one myself, but I've heard that quite often psychologically, that when it comes to people, there's people out there that for different reasons are afraid of succeeding. You know, people say things like, you hear these things all the time, I can't, just little buzzwords. It's almost, and I try to isolate, I try to listen. One thing I do when I'm watching other people's videos, or when I'm reading, okay, I'm being a good reader, I was going to say, I try to be a really good listener. Listen to what people are saying. So if I'm reading I'm trying to be a good reader. But I'm trying to listen to what the person is expressing deep within. You hear people, I can't do this. It's too hard. Well, I'm going to go slow. I'm going to be gentle with myself. And the slow part, I can understand to a certain extent. But it's still like, there's a lot of people that think they're special. And I mean special kind of in a bad way. Like they have some sort of a handicap in this thing, or they have some reason that they're less than the people that are succeeding. Now, what I see is a lot of the people that are being very successful with this lifestyle, I don't see anything special about them. And I don't say that as a knock on the person. I just see them as regular people that were determined. I see them as just regular people that had the will to do something, to change their lives. I mean, there's a lot of people out there right now that are successful with this raw vegan lifestyle, or a high carb vegan lifestyle, that, you know, they have the same stories. Sometimes people have forgotten their stories because they look good now. You know, they're slim, they're in good shape, they have nice skin, their eyes are clear. They look, you know, even some people I think probably think they can't relate to them because, well, look at this person. And they don't remember the before, or they don't know the before story of this person. That this person was just as big a mess as you and me before they just finally found what worked for them and did it. So don't be afraid. You are no different than anybody that has done this lifestyle. I want you to listen to that really carefully. There's no reason that you can't succeed as well as the most successful person out there, and there's no way to qualify the most successful person. But what I would say in this health journey, the successful person is somebody that is happy with where they are. And you know, it doesn't, if you believe in yourself, it doesn't take you too long. Now, where that is is up to you. That's what you have to judge for yourself in your mind, is where you're happy with yourself. But I see the people struggling over and over and over, and they're not happy struggling. But what do you have to do? And the only way you're going to stop struggling, the only way you're going to stop holding back, and the only way that you're going to be the best version of yourself, and have the best version of health, abundant health and energy that you can have, is to identify what's holding you back. like I say, I just ran through a few possible reasons, but you have to do that for yourself. And you have to do a little soul searching, and you have to sit with yourself sometime and, you know, ask yourself these questions. Like I say, I spend a lot of time by myself, so I have more time for this being introspective and talking to myself. But you have to ask yourself that. What is it that's holding you back? And then when you figure it out, I mean, you know, is it social situations? Are the cravings really that bad? Is it because of something to do with work? Is it because of the produce in your area? But what you need to do is once you, yeah, I got notes down there. I'm not trying to be sly. when you identify the reason, you can work on a strategy. You can work on some tips to help you. You know, for instance, if it's something to, you know, maybe you have to, because of your schedule, maybe you have to put in a little prep work on the weekend, or one day there's one day that you have some freedom that you have to put in a little bit of prep work. If you're doubting yourself, I think you just have to keep educating yourself, listening to people, reading other people's stories, and just ask yourself this one question: why is that person so much more special than me? What traits does that person have? Why can that person have this, or do this, or be like this, and I can't? You know, what's wrong with me? And the answer you're going to find is nothing's wrong with you. Now, you may not be, when I say this, you know, when I'm talking about other people and other people, how they are as compared with you, I'm not necessarily talking about comparing yourself exactly. I'm just talking about the process, more or less. Now, you may be slower than this person getting to where you're going to get. I'm not saying that no, we all have different bodies. Our bodies work differently. So you may not be able to do exactly what this person did. You may not lose the weight. You may not clean out. You may not get the energy level. You may not get all these things that you see somebody else that's healthy with as quickly as they do. Hey, you know, you might have some challenges. You may never get as healthy as them. But what you need to do is kind of look at successful people and see what they did to become the best version of themselves. It's not about like I say, I'm using people comparatively here, but it's not about, it's about learning how to emulate successful people. It's not about being successful like this person. It's about being as successful as you can be. And then there's no comparison after that. It doesn't matter if you're as healthy as this person, if you're as athletic, if you have as much energy. It's about being the best version of you as possible. So I'm going to keep this one short to start the week off, but think about that a little bit and just ask yourself, if you have to, write it down. Sometimes, you know, people need something a little bit more concrete than just like having inner dialogues with themselves. But write down what's holding you back. Write down different causes of what you think is holding you back. Write down, and then once you look at those reasons that you think or the things that are holding you back, ask yourself if they're real obstacles. Ask yourself how hard it would be to eliminate these obstacles, and start working on a strategy for yourself to get to that best version of yourself. And there's no hurry there. There's no hurry. But there's a fine balance there when I say there's not a hurry. It's kind of like when we're talking with the transition. You've got to go through the transition. You've got to go through this journey at your pace. You can't rush the journey. You know, there's things that you're going to take in, and there's just a process. And it's going to take some time. Everybody's time is going to be different, but everybody it's going to take some time. You can't rush that transition. You can't rush the process. But you also can't hide in the transition or in the process and just lollygag. Good a word my dad used to use. You can't just lollygag forever. You know, I mean, yes, everybody's different, but then everybody's different. So you can't say, well, Joe was able to just move through. He started transitioning, bing, 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 bing. Everybody is going to be different. You may be slower than Joe, but you have to ask yourself after a while if if you're just kind of making, you know, kind of using that as an excuse, well, I'm not ready. Are you trying to move forward? In other words, do you have a plan? I'm not saying you know, you can't do my plan, you can't do his plan, you can't do her plan. You have to have a plan, but have a plan for how you're going to move forward in your path of health. You notice I'm not saying raw vegan a lot today, because this could actually be for whatever your health path is. It's just deciding. Only you can set the goal for yourself. Only you can decide what the final destination is. And then you just got to use those Google Maps, that road map, and figure out how to get there and have a clear-cut plan. But, you know, don't let psychological issues hold you back. Anybody that's watching this video right now, I don't care if you're somebody that's 200 pounds overweight, seen that story. I don't care if you're somebody that's 300 pounds overweight. I've seen that story too. I don't care if you got diabetes type 2. I don't care if you've got heart disease. I don't care what kind of shape you're in. I don't care what your health is. Heard all those stories. There's a lot of good stories out there, but you can be one of those people. Ask yourself, why not? Even if you're at the very, you know, at the bottom of the ladder health-wise, ask yourself, look at one of those people that has one of those transformations and ask, what is so special about them that I don't have? What do they have I don't have? Why could they do that? Why can they do that and I can't do that? And you're going to find out you don't have an answer for yourself, because you know, you can do it. You just set your mind to it and just put in the bet. Listen, sometimes it's like I say, it's just about doing the process. Who knows? When I say, well, you might have something about your constitution that holds you back. Maybe you can't get as thin as this lady, or maybe you can't get exactly where they can. Once again, let me bring it back to focus. It's all about expressing the best you that you can be. Not the best me, not the best Joe, not the best Sally, the best you that you can be. Anyhow, just something for you to think about a little bit starting your week off. I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you are successful in. I hope you're successful in life. And successful in life to me just means being content with yourself, being happy every day. Do you get up ready to? Do you get up ready to live, or do you get up going, oh God, I can't. I don't want to crawl out of this bed. You know, life is short. Anyhow, if you like this video, I'd appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. Hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and let's get another week done. Let's enjoy this week. Peace, everybody.